Hello there, Libra. Welcome to DragonTaleTarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your love and romance reading for the time of Venus in Leo. That is going to be with us from September 7th and through October the 3rd, 2020. I hope you guys are doing great. It is always wonderful to see all of my Libras back at the channel, and I hope this past Venus cycle has been treating you right. As always, a big shout out and a lot of love to my new and returning subscribers. And if you haven't yet done so, I do invite you to reach out there, hit that subscribe button, and join the Dragon family. Also, give it that dragon claw up by clicking the like button and let me know you enjoy this content. So Libra, as always, first a few quick notes before we get started with any reading, that this is a general reading. It's not going to resonate with every single Libra out there, so take what makes sense to you and leave the rest behind. This will mostly correspond with Libra's Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising signs, and all of my Libra cross watchers out there are welcome to join us as well. If you're interested in a personal reading with me, would like any information on the card decks that I use during my sessions, or would like to leave a donation for the channel, all those links and information are down in the description box. So Libra, let's go ahead and get started. So this time of Venus in Leo is definitely a more upbeat kind of energy. We've left the sign of Venus in Cancer. Venus is your ruling planet, Libra, so whatever Venus is doing is always very important for you in particular. You and Taurus both sharing that Venus rulership. So wherever Venus goes, a lot of your energy flows along with it. So when Venus is in Leo, definitely it is a more upbeat, playful, fun, flirty, colorful, creative, dramatic kind of energy. So don't be surprised if you're more open-hearted. Other people are more open-hearted with you. The elements of, yes, pride and ego can sometimes enter into the picture because it is Leo. But overall, there is a feeling of goodwill, a feeling of generosity, even if there is a little bit of that ego, pride, and bluster involved in it as well. This will be highlighting the 11th house of Aquarius for you. So this is going to have a lot to do with the balance of love given and love received. You may be paying quite a bit of attention to that, Libra, and just seeing, it's like, where's the balance? Am I giving as much as I'm receiving? Am I receiving in kind for the work and the effort and the love that I put in? All those questions may be coming up during this time. So let's get into your cards, Libra. Let's see what we've got. We're going to do a full spread, and this is going to respond to anybody, whether you're single, coupled, in separation. Sometimes the decks, sometimes the spread will come up with a more specific kind of story. So let's see if yours is in here today. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, ancestors, helpers, and healers, please be with our Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising sign of Libra as we do their love and romance reading for Venus and Leo 2020. Please protect their energy as well as mine throughout the session and bring through clear, accurate messages for their highest good. Thank you so much. Oh yes, Libra, look at that. Taking risks is your key word, your key element right now. So you might be really spreading your wings, being more willing to take the risk of letting someone know you care about them, being more willing to take the leap of faith on a new relationship if you're single. But there's definitely that element of trying the untried here. So I really like to see that with that hawk energy coming out. So let's go ahead and move Mr. Dragon on over. We're going to get into your tarot. Let's first pull a major arcana card to symbolize your energy right now, Libra. All right, so Libra, you've got this Taurus energy here of the Hierophant. The Hierophant is very divinely connected, really understands spiritual law and order. Sometimes moves a little slow because it is that Taurus energy, but in general is pretty divinely grounded. And that's really what you would like to be, or really trying to come from a place of spiritual centeredness. So let's get into a major arcana card to symbolize the person that either you are thinking about, interested in, or is on the horizon for you. Let's see what their energy is. Okay, Libra, the devil is coming out. So you may see this person as a little bit of a workaholic at times because this is a Capricorn energy. You might see them as being kind of difficult, maybe stuck, maybe, you know, pressed into a situation that they don't really like. It's interesting, you sitting there as the Hierophant next to the devil. Because it's sort of like that spiritual place of high-mindedness versus letting yourself get really trapped into unhealthy situations or being stuck in routines that don't really work for you anymore. But like I said, the devil is that Capricorn, so it's also an earthy energy, but it's all about breaking free of restrictions, repression. You may see this person as having a lot of stuff that's going on with them or having a lot of things that they're going through right now. So let's see how you feel. What are your feelings about this relationship or this person? What are you feeling about love in general as well? And I will be using the Vice Versa Tarot and the Modern Witch Tarot to clarify. Yeah, look at that. The way that you feel, Libra, is you want something real. Very interesting. You really want something that levels up from where you've been in the past. You want something that's mature, that's been tested and proven, because we've got this Saturn energy of the World card here. You know, this again, it's kind of interesting. It's a Capricorn energy because it's a Saturn rulership, and that's the way that this person is coming across as very Capricorn. So on the positive, yeah, they're a hard worker. They have, you know, a pretty grounded, solid life. But on the other hand, right, they might be going through some really hard times. You also do have the rulership of Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, and Aquarius in this card. So there's definitely a potential for those signs to be involved as well. But overall, yeah, this really points to you wanting somebody or something, or really having this feeling about love that it needs to be, you know, a wise choice. It needs to be someone that's more grown up, more mature. So let's get a clarifier on top of this World card for you. Look at that, Six of Cups. So Libra, for some of you, this could be a returning energy. This could be somebody that you've known before, been involved with before. Maybe you're working on reconciliation for some of my Libras out there that have been in separation. And it's sort of like the World card is saying, yeah, we've gone around, we've done this cycle before, and look at that. Here they come back again. So for those of you that's your situation, that resonates very highly. The Six of Cups, if this is somebody completely new, may make you feel like you've known them before, like in another life, or there's something that really reminds them of good things from like your childhood or from, you know, old traditions in your life that you have positive associations with. So let's get a card from the tarot, seeing what their feelings are towards you and about love and this relationship. All right, so, you know, Libra on the whole, this is some very strong leadership energy. It's, you know, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius with the King of Wands, very fiery, very dramatic. Definitely this is a king that goes after what he wants. It's somebody that does take the lead, does take action on things. But again, you know, you might be dealing with elements of ego, might be dealing with elements of immaturity to some degree, and you really want them to come from a more mature place. They might be a little brash, a little rude to your feeling, and it's like, nah, you gotta calm it down a little here. You gotta come in the right way. You can't come in recklessly. You can't come in with all these unresolved issues still going on. That's really very much how you feel. Yeah, and you know, there's a little bit, like I said, there's a little bit of that ego struggle, a little bit of that defensiveness. This is a very fiery personality that you may be dealing with. Whether they're a fire sign or not really isn't, you know, what it's about, but very kind of A-type. They have this fighting quality about them. They might be kind of defensive, might have their guard up. Yet again, this could be a workaholic kind of personality. And the Nine of Wands is many times a fatigue card. So they may be just working, working, working. And their temper is, you know, kind of flares up because they're worn out, right? It's mostly out of exhaustion. If you're handling the more negative side of that, it's like they can be really fun, really exciting, really cool to be around. But when they're not in a good place, or when they've not been taking care of themselves or getting enough sleep, it's like they're real grump. So let's see what is going on between you. Let's see what your positives are. What are the things that attract you to each other, and what are the things that you want to work to magnify here? Okay, guys, so definitely this is something that is a big thing. Like when you're not together, if this is someone that you've kind of gone in and out and they've come back and forth of their life, when you're not together, you feel like you're missing out. You both have that feeling of missing out on something. So it's really not fun if you're in separation or you're in an argument, you're not talking. Wow. Yeah, that's very, very strongly coming in here. And that's in your positives. So it's like that's, you know, to me, that's more like something that gets in a way. But, you know, it's like when you're together, you feel very positive. When you're not together, you feel like you're both missing out on something really good. Yeah, because look at that. You know what's good. The Ten of Pentacles. It's like when you're together, things are awesome. Things have a lot of potential for this. You know, the true dream, the true stability, loyalty, things working out, family life, home life, all that good stuff, friend life. Hanging out with the dogs, you know, that's the loyalty energy there. So it's like things can be really, really good. The potential is very, very nice. And when you're not together, both of you feel like, oh, we're missing out. We're missing the boat. So let's see what we've got for your challenges, your blockages. What's getting in the way here, Libra? What needs to be overcome? It's a patience factor, Libra, one day at a time. I get the feeling that especially the person that you're interested in or you're thinking about, they're not the most patient because they're coming through with a lot of fire. They can be, but right now that's not how they're expressing themselves, right? And so, and to be honest, you know, you may be getting a little tired of putting up with whatever it is they're doing, you know, whether it's being, you know, having a bad temper with you, starting arguments, starting conflict, working too much, you know, all of those things. It's like I've been patient with you and you're not willing to be quite so patient anymore. And that could be the blockage, and they need to be more calm, more grounded, getting into that good earth energy of dedication and persistence, and just keeping at it one day at a time. Yeah, and the Strength card. So I gotta say, Libra, if you're resonating with this, the person that you're dealing with, there is a lot of ego stuff. And I mean, this could play out for vice versa. Sometimes it does. So you may be dealing with some of that as well. But it's like, this feels more like their stuff. There's that Leo, that Strength card. And many times, right, this is all about the work that we have to do. The symbol of spirit, the woman calming down that roaring lion, which is all of our unsavory human stuff, you know, anger, temper, jealousy, whatever it is that, you know, and she's calming that roaring lion. It's letting your spirit overcome the difficulties of, you know, being a spiritual being in a human form, right? That's what Strength is all about. So you may be dealing with them. They might have some pride issues, some ego issues coming up in the way. Boy, Libra, and it might be around their work. You know, you might be dealing with someone they're just like, I got a job to do. I got something important to do. And it's like they're letting that get to be this issue, which it really shouldn't be, but that's what it is. And in a way, they're using it to avoid doing the real work of, you know, working on themselves, working on the relationship with you. So let's get into a suggested approach, because there is some stuff going on here, Libra. There is some stuff going on. Let's see what Spirit has to say for a suggested approach towards this. Ooh, big transformation. So Libra, you might be stepping away from this a little bit, or you might be pulling your energy back, or you might be saying, you know what, we need either some time apart, or we need to talk to a therapist, we need to go to a counselor, because, you know, the Death card is Scorpio energy, and Scorpio is all about the psychological understanding of yourself, the emotional healing, right? And, you know, Death is not to be feared. He brings the sunrise in, right? When he passes by, everything is made new. Funny, the very next card that would have come out would be the Judgment, which is also a Scorpio-ruled card. It's, you know, Pluto rulership. So I always say the Judgment's the higher vibration of the Death. So it's resurrection and rebirth. So there's something very transformative. It's time to transform this energy here, Libra. Time to transform the dynamic, because the rebirth is very possible here. The resurrection, the rebirth, the renewal, the healing, very, very possible. I don't see this as a bad connection, but I see this as something where it's gotten difficult and your patience is kind of running thin. It's like both of you recognize that there's something good here, but you're just like, okay, how much longer am I going to wait for this? That's how you feel, yeah. Yeah, and right now it's like Four of Pentacles. So it's really about, I think, transforming what you're holding on to. If you just feel like you're holding on to this for dear life or an assured success, you may want to lighten your grip on it, because, you know, this is also about your own feeling of security and safety. It really is up to you and how you feel about it. You may want to loosen your grip on it. You may want to lighten that hold that you have in the heart space about this. Or you may say, no, I'll just hang on to it. I'll hunker down. I'll work to transform this, but I really don't want to let it go. So it's really play it how you feel it, Libra. Take this again, always as it resonates for your particular situation. So let's get into potential outcome cards for you. Again, a patience card. Libra, definitely, this is going to take some time, but the seeds are planted, but there is just this waiting game that goes on with that Seven of Pentacles, just like that Eight of Pentacles that you had as the blockage and the challenge. The challenge is that this does take patience. I will say that as well planetarily, we have Mars and Saturn in a squared off aspect until March. Early March next year. And that does require all of us to be patient, to let divine timing play out, to not push the river. You know, so we're all kind of doing that. We're all in that energy of letting things, you know, go according to the divine plan here, instead of trying to push them too much according to what we want right away. I know it's not the easiest. I know. Yeah, because there's some confusion here, right? So it does take patience to work through all of this, and you know, learning what's real and what's tangible versus what's just an illusion or, you know, figment of your imagination, right? Because there's a lot of different options, and you do have options, Libra. You may not feel like taking them necessarily, but you do have them. But give yourself, yet again, patience. You need to let this play out. So let's get an outcome card. Potential, not an outcome, I'm sorry. Message from Spirit. Let's see what they have to say about all of this relationship dynamic, please. Oh, Six of Cups came back again. So again, for those of my Libras that are in separation, are hoping to reconcile, this is a message that's coming through. And it is going to take some time. You know, that's, you know, part of it. You know, for those of you that is where you're at, that is the message, you know, is that there's going to be this reconciliation potential, but it's going to take some time. So let's get a clarifier on that Six of Cups, because this came out twice here on this spread. Yeah, and recreating. It's sort of like, yeah, it's old energy. For those of you that are singles, this is going to be a person coming in that feels like you've known them before, right? Really feels very strongly connected. And if it's something from the past, you know, a person that you've been in a relationship with before, there's the Magician making things completely brand new, right? Recreating, you know, the new dynamic. And if it's someone new, it's someone new, right? You're building a new thing either way. Yeah, we have the Six of Pentacles on the bottom of the vice versa, Knight of Pentacles on the bottom of the Modern Witch. So there's a lot of rapid communication energy coming in with that. And as well, you know, there's a lot of need for balance. There's a lot of need for reciprocal energy and compromise. So let's get some romance angels on this for you, Libra. Let's see what we have. 3, please, Spirit. There you go. So Libra, let go of any control issues. Like I said, you have to just allow this, you know, to unfold in its natural timing. You can't push it too hard. You know, you can have those heart-to-heart conversations. There's nothing wrong with that. Honestly, open up about your feelings, you know, to say your truth, be very honest, and pay attention to red flags, any signs that caution you along the way that you want to dig in a little deeper to. Don't ignore those, because you want to nip those in the bud before they become any kind of larger issue. So let's get you a card from the Lover's Oracle here for affirmation. Oh, beautiful artwork there. And there's the message. So imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. So I think that's a beautiful message for you, Libra, because I do feel that whether this is a new person coming in or someone that's already there, there's a lot of letting go of old thoughts, old patterns, old negative routines, anything that no longer works for you or this relationship dynamic. So Libra, I hope you have an amazing rest of your month, and I'll see you very soon. Take care.